Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hello, my name is Mika. Thank you so much for stopping in. So, heart to heart, never do anything that you are unsure about. I was just thinking earlier about how many times I fell into this trap of doing things that I wasn't sure about. I was uncomfortable with. My gut was telling me not to do it or to not entertain it. My mind was telling me that. God was telling me that. I knew as an intelligent woman myself, I knew it wasn't the best thing for me, but I still did exactly the opposite because I wanted to be okay with it. I wanted to make it make sense some kind of way. Now, real quick, just to make things clear, I'm not saying never do anything that you have any type of fear of doing or anything that makes you feel uncomfortable. That's different, because usually in those situations it's like that's your intuition already giving you a decisive answer, telling you that yes, this is what you need to do. And a lot of times we have to do things afraid because we don't know. We can't see tomorrow. We don't know what's on the other side of the decisions that we're going to make. So that's different. If you're afraid to do something, if you feel a little uncomfortable, but you know for sure that it would benefit you in the long run to make this decision, whether it's to leave a relationship, friends, separate yourself from family, whatever the case is, do it. You're going to do it afraid. I mean, usually the best decisions that I've made came out of times when I just did things afraid. I'm talking about when you're unsure, like you don't have a decisive answer, you can't see clearly, you don't hear the answer, you don't know, nothing's making sense, you don't see the good, you don't see the bad, you don't even know if it's even just standing still is okay. You just feel kind of all over the place. One minute is, oh, I can do this, the next minute is I don't know, then the next minute is I'm okay either way. You're kind of just back and forth, kind of on the seesaw with a decision. When you are in situations like that, those are the times that you need to pump the brakes, because if you make a decisive decision, not a decisive answer, meaning like you already came into agreement with a situation or you see how it can benefit you moving forward, but if you just randomly just wake up one day and you're like, I'm just going to just do this, even with all the red flags coming up, even with all the things that you're against. If you're making a pros and cons list, especially if it's about a person, if you're making a pros and cons list and that con list is longer than the pro list, or even if it's equal, you need to stop. Slow down. I'm not saying you have to throw that person away, walk away from that job, stop going after whatever goals you're trying to go after. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying this is not the time to say, you know what, I'm unsure, so I'm going to make a decision. Yes. Because when you do that, it backfires. And usually in the end, there is a consequence for you to pay. We always have consequences, whether it's good or bad. But for some reason, when you make a decision out of your indecisiveness, it seems like the consequences are like 10 times more worse than if you try to do something else in life, making a decisive answer or feeling like you had a decisive answer for your life and doing it and then it wasn't the right thing to do, or maybe it was just temporary. It doesn't seem as bad. Does that make sense what I'm trying to say? I know what was going on in my mind because I've done this a lot of times. But if you're not sure about something, don't let anybody change your mind. Don't let anybody pressure you into making a decision. Don't let money move you. Don't let good conversation, good sex, companionship, fear of being lonely, whatever it is. Don't let anything outside of you deter you and to push you onto a decision that you're not even sure about. There are so many times where my conscience, when God told me, don't do that, don't do it, and you're not always going to know the reason why. But me being hard-headed and having to touch the stove to see if it's hot, even though my mama already said it's hot, I do it. And then I end up looking silly in the end with a shattered heart, with my pockets running low because I had to spend so much money because I made a a irrational decision or a decision that was costly. I end up wasting time. I end up getting into situationships, getting drugged along, connecting myself with so-called friends that just wanted to use me. Like, I'm telling you, slow down. If you are not sure, it's okay to say, just give me a little bit more time to think about this. And if it's not a person, then it's okay to tell yourself, I need a little bit more time to think about this, and really sit with God. If that's what your belief is, sit with yourself, sit with the universe, whatever you believe, you need to sit with that, sit with somebody who can help you to sort your thoughts before you make a definite answer or a definite decision, because at the end of the day, you're going to have to reap whatever you're doing. So you're going to have to deal with that heartbreak if that person ends up breaking your heart. You're going to have to end up with friends to stab you in the back. You're going to have to end up at a job that you're miserable at, or at a job that ends up, mistreating you. You're going to have to end up, whatever bad comes with whatever decision you make, you're going to have to end up with it. So make sure that you wait. It's okay to slow down. Wait until you know for sure, until you at least have more yes days. As a matter of fact, if a no comes into your mind at any time, don't make a decision. If you're like, you know what, I like this person, but there's a but somewhere, or I would do this, but I really feel like I shouldn't. I like this, but that's something I can't put up with. Those are your red flags. Do not ignore them. They're there for a reason. That's your intuition. That is God speaking to you, and that is you being under protection. And if you make a decision to go against that, you are going to have to deal with the consequences. But you let me know what you think. I'll ask is that you're polite and courteous in the comment box. If you want to share a testimonial for something you've gone through like this, feel free to do that. Otherwise, let me know what you think. Like, share, comment. We'll keep the conversation going, and we will talk next time. Bye.